the 21st of April, Tuesday morning, 2026. Common Buddhist text, guidance, and insight from the Buddha. We're in chapter 4 on humans, relationships, and society. Theravada tradition. Good human relationships. How to have a harmonious social relationship with 6 kinds of people. In this passage, the Buddha gives advice to Sigala, a upasika, a layperson who has adopted the practice of paying homage to the 6 quarter directions: the east, the south, the west, the north, the below, the above, and the regular ritual. As a regular ritual, the Buddha gives a new meaning to this ritual by reinterpreting the direction as the kinds of people whom dutiful mutual relationships should be established. Parents, teachers, spouse, friends, employees, and religious guides. Here, parents are the east, the direction in which the sun rises. The recommendations are given in the context of social conditions of the Buddha's days. On how the householder does a discipline of the noble one cover the 6 quarters. The following should be understood as the 6 quarters. Parents should be as the eastern direction. Teachers should be as the southern direction. Wife and children as the western direction. Friends and associates as the north. Servants and laborers are as the below, the nadar directions. Renunciants and Brahmins are as above, the 17th directions. In these 5 ways, upasika, the householder, a child, ought to minister to his parents as the east. Having supported by them, I shall support them. I shall do what ought to be done for them. I shall keep the family tradition. I shall make myself worthy of my inheritance. Furthermore, I shall offer alms on the behalf when they are dead and departed. Householder. When the parents have been ministered to the east, eastern direction that is, for their children in the 5 ways, they will in turn show their care for the children in 5 ways. They will restrain from evil. They will get them to be established in the good. They will get them to train in the craft. They will get married and to a suitable spouse, and at the proper time they will hand over their inheritance to them. In this manner, the eastern direction becomes covered, made safe, and secure. In these 5 ways, householder, a pupil ought to minister to the teacher as the south, by rising from his seat in salutation, by attending upon the teacher, by earnestness to learn, by serving, by properly receiving the instruction pertaining to the craft. Householders, when the teachers have been ministered to as to the southern direction by their pupils in these 5 ways, the teachers will in turn show their care for their pupils in 5 ways. They will train them well. They will see to that they grasp their lessons well. They will provide them with complete instruction pertaining to the craft. They will introduce them to their friends and associates. They will provide for their safety in every quarter. In this manner, the southern direction is covered, made safe and secure. In these 5 ways, householders, a husband ought to minister to his wife as the western direction, by being courageous, by not showing disrespect, by not being adulterous, by handing over authority, by providing her with adornments. Householder, when the wife is thus ministered to as the western direction by her husband in 5 ways, she in turn shows her care to her husband in 5 ways. She will perform her work in the well-organized way. She will be hospitable to relations. She will not be adulterous. She will protect earnings. She will be skilled and industrious in discharging her duties. Thus, the western direction is covered by him and made safe and secure. In these 5 ways, householder, a son of a good family ought to minister to his friends and associates as the northern direction, by liberty, by enduring speech, by benevolent behavior, by equal treatment, by non-deception. Householder, when in these 5 ways the friends and associates have been ministered to as the northern direction, they in turn will show care for him in 5 ways. They will protect him when he is heedless. They will protect his property when he is heedless. They will become a refuge when he is in fear. They will not forsake him in his troubles. They will show respect to the others in his family. Thus, this is the northern direction covered by him, made safe and secure. In these 5 ways, householders, a master ought to minister to his servants and laborers as the below, the Nazar, by assigning him with work according to their abilities, by supplying them with food and wages, by tending them to when they're in their sickness, by sharing with them any delicacies, by granting them leaves at times. Householder, when in these 5 ways the servants and employees have been ministered as the Nazar direction, the below, by their masters, they in turn show their care for him in 5 ways. They rise before him. They go to sleep after him. They take only what is given. They perform their work well. They uphold his good name and reputation. Thus is the Nazar, the below, covered by him, made safe and secure. In these 5 ways, householder, a son of a good family ought to minister to the renunciants and Brahmins as the 17th, which is the above, by kindly bodily acts, by kindly verbal acts, by kindly thoughts, by keeping open house to them, by supplying their material needs. Householder, when the renunciants and Brahmins have been ministered to as the above, the 17th direction, by the son of a good family in 5 ways, they in turn show their care for him in 6 ways. They restrain him from evil. They cause him to be established in the good. They show sympathy towards him with a good heart. They make him hear what he has not heard. They clarify what he has already heard. They point out the path to the heavenly state. This is the above, the 17th direction, covered by him, made safe and secure. Thus spoke the Blessed One, Gautama, the Buddha. And when the teacher had thus spoken, he spoke yet again. Charitability, enduring speech, benevolent behavior, equal treatment, appropriately on the appropriate occasion. These four forms of benevolence make the world go round, like the linchpin in a moving chariot. If these in the world exist not, neither the mother nor the father will receive respect and honor from their children. Because of these four forms of benevolence, the wise discern the eminence they attain and the praiseworthy they become. This can be cited in the Sika Lo Vada Sutta, Dika Nikaya. Parents and children. Excuse me. Repaying one's parents in gratitude for what they have done for one. This passage urges recognitions of what one owes our parents and repaying them in gratitude. Bhikkhu monks, I say there are two who cannot easily be repaid in gratitude. What are the two? Mother and father, monks, cannot be easily repaid in gratitude. Monks, if you were to bear your father and your mother on your shoulders and lived 100 years, and meanwhile rubbed and massaged their bodies as they let loose urine and excrement, you would not yet have repaid them for what they have done for you. Even if you caused them to be established in kinship or kingship with power and authority on this earth, along with its plentiful sevenfold gems, even then you would not have return in terms of gratitude for what your parents, your mother and father, have done for you. Because they have done much more. Parents have been guardians of and have fed their children. They have shown them this world. Bhikkhu monks, whoever causes their parents who lack faith to participate in, to enter into, to become established in the accomplishment of faith, or causes them, if of poor ethical discipline, to participate in accomplishment of the good ethical discipline, or causes them, if miserably, to participate in the accomplishment of liberty, or causes them, if lacking in wisdom, to participate in the accomplishment of wisdom, to that extent, Bhikkhu monks, gratitude to your mother and to your father has been amply shown to be a great extent. This can be cited in the Matta Pitara Sutra, Angura Nikaya. Husband and wife. Moral equalities of married couples. This passage makes clear that either partner in a couple may be a bad person, as if spiritually dead, or a good person, like a divine being. Householders, there are four kinds of cohabitation. What for? A dead male lives with a dead female. A dead male lives with a goddess. A goddess lives with a dead female. And a god lives with a goddess. Householders, how does a dead male live with a dead female? Here, householders, the husband destroys living beings, takes what is not given, engages in wrongful enjoyments of sensual pleasure, tells lies, takes intoxicating drinks. He is not virtuous, lives in the household with a mind overwhelmed by the stain of miserliness, scolds and abuses renunciants and Brahmins. The wife does the same. Householders, thus a dead male lives with a dead female. Householders, how does a dead male live with a goddess? Here the husband acts as above. The wife abstains from these bad actions. Householders, thus a dead male lives with a goddess. Householder, how does the god live with a dead female? Here, the householders, the husband abstains from these bad actions. The wife does them. Thus a god lives with a dead female. How does a god live with a goddess? The husband abstains from these bad actions. The wife does the same. Thus the god lives with the goddess. There are 4 kinds of cohabitation. If both the husband and wife have faith, are charitable, self-controlled, and live righteously, addressing each other with pleasant words, then benefit would be abundant and are easily produced. Enemies of the two were equal ethical discipline would be unhappy. Tutiya Samvasa Yuta Anguttara Nikaya. Part of my throat. Psychic energy inflames the throat center. A loving couple equal to the ethical discipline will be together in the next life. This passage is on a couple of the last of the above 4 types. The householder, Nakulapita, and the housewife approached the Blessed One Gautama, paid respects to him in the hands in Anjali, and sat on one side. Then the householder said to the Blessed Gautama, "Venerable Sir, from the day I married Nakula Mata when she was young, even when young, I do not know of having committed adultery in relation to her, even mentally. How could I physically do so? Venerable Sir, we wish to see each other not only here and now, but also in the hereafter." Then the housewife, Nakula Mata, said to the Blessed Gautama, "Blessed One, Venerable Sir, from the day Nakula Pitra married me when I was young, even when young, I do not know of having committed adultery in relation to him, even mentally. How could I physically do so? Venerable Sir, we wish to see each other not only here and now, but also in the hereafter." Householders, replied Gautama the Buddha, if a husband and a wife want to see each other not only here and now, but also in the hereafter, they should be endowed with the same measures of faith, ethical discipline, generosity, and wisdom. They will see each other both here and now, and also the hereafter, both being faithful, understanding, restrained, living righteously. They are husband and wife who speak to each other lovingly. Benefits would be abundant and are easily produced. Enemies of the two would, with equal ethical discipline, would be unhappy. Having led a righteous life here, those equal in ethical discipline and dutiful living will be delighted in the heavenly world. They desiring sensual pleasures will be happy. This is the Patama Nakula Sambhijivika Sutra, Anguttara Nikaya. The next comes from the Vatu Sutra, the Samyutta Nikaya. A man's wife as his best friend. What indeed is the wealth of humans? And who indeed is the best friend? Children are the wealth of humans, and one's wife is the best friend. Friendships, good and bad friends. This passage is benefit in helping one to choose one's friends wisely, which is important as friends can have a big influence on me. For the qualities of wise spiritual friends. These four householders should be understood as foes in the guise of friends. He who misappropriates, he who renders lip service, he who flatters, and he who aids in bringing ruin. In the four ways should one who misappropriates be misunderstood as a foe in the guise of a friend. He misappropriates things. For the little he does, he asks much. He does what ought to be done out of fear. He associates with one for his own advantage. In four ways, householders, should one who render lip service be understood as a foe in the guise of a friend. He speaks of benefits he could have bestowed in the past. He speaks of benefits he might bestow in the future. He speaks of senseless benefits he already bestowed. With regard to what ought to be done in the present, he shows his own misfortune. In four ways, householders, should one who flatters be understood as a foe in the guise of a friend. He approves his friend's evil. He does not approve of his friend's good deeds. He speaks in praise of him in his presence. He speaks ill of him in his presence of others. In four ways, householders, should one who aids in bringing ruin be understood as a foe in the guise of a friend. He is a companion in indulging in intoxicant that causes infatuation and heedlessness. He is a companion in slaughtering in the streets at seemingly hours, late in the night, early in the morning. He is a companion in frequenting parties. He is a companion in indulging in gambling, which causes heedlessness. The four householders should be understood as a good-hearted friend. He who is a helpmate. He who is the same in happiness and sorrow. He who gives good counsel. He which sympathizes. In four ways, householders, should a helpmate be understood as a good-hearted friend. He guards him when he has become heedless. He protects his wealth when he has become heedless. He becomes a refuge when he is in fear. He provides him with double the supply needed when there are matters to be attended to. In four ways, householders, should one who is the same in happiness and sorrow be understood as a good-hearted friend. He reveals his own secrets. He conceals the secrets of his friends. In misfortune, he does not forsake the friend. He sacrificed even his life for the sake of his friend. In four ways, householder, should one who gives good counsel be understood as a good-hearted friend. He restrains one from evil. He causes one to be established in the good. He makes one hear what he has not heard. He points out the path to heaven. In four ways, householders, should one who sympathizes be understood as a good-hearted friend. He does not rejoice in failings. He rejoices in success. He restrains others speaking ill will of his friend. He praises those who speak well of his friend. This can be cited in the Singha Lovata Sutra Dika Nikaya. We're going to end off there today, the end of chapter 4 from the Theravada perspective on society and human relationship. We will pick up on the Mahayana perspective on chapter 4 on human society, human relationships and society, on good governance. Common Buddhist texts, guidance and insight from the Buddha. Chief Editor, Dr. Prat Maha Dhamma Kosacha.